B-Town in the house. Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way. Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way. Representing B-Town in the house. Junior Mafia, spread love. Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way. The most all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way.
Take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August,
An entanglement, an entanglement.
an entanglement with August. I got into an entanglement with August.
An entanglement.
With August, with August, with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August,
An entanglement.
I can't.
With August,
It's been too much this weekend, I tell you.
Entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August.
Hey everyone, get your like and your share.
Hey, hey, hey.
Get your like and your share on An Entanglement with August. They make a song about everything. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Get your
Hello,
like
happy
and
Monday,
your
happy Monday.
It is Monday. Get your like and your share on, everyone. This is going to be a great show. Hit that share button. Share. If you're on YouTube, hello. If you're on Facebook, hello. But ladies, make sure you share while we are introducing our topics. And of course, we're going to have to talk about this entanglement with August. Entanglement with August. And it's, nobody wants their business to be out in the street. So, we'll be talking about that. But this show is about wellness, everyone. Wellness. We have some wonderful women that are coming to join the platform. Jessica Sinclair, she's an RN. She's an author. Oh my goodness. We have Lady Erika, who is a fitness coach and a pastor. So we are really going to delve down into the issues of wellness and really talk about our well-being, and especially in this entanglement situation. That's a whole nother ball game. So those guys, I'm Jacq Sams. We got Dr. Nikki. We got Candy. We are so excited to have our show number 3.
Show number 3.
And so hit that share button, everyone. Hit that share button. This is Say Word. We want you to share. Guys, share. Are you guys watching the platforms? I got to hit my share button because
yes,
I want to make sure that I
just shared myself.
Tag a few folks.
Yes.
Tag a few folks and tell them to come on. So Candace, please tell us what are the topics that we're talking about tonight. Of course, we done started off with with our little new dance. We can't hear you, Candace.
We can't hear you, Mama. Put the volume up.
Might need to take the earphones out, maybe.
Yeah, might as well take the headphones out.
You took the headphones out? Okay, let's see here. All right, so hit that share button, everyone. Hit that share button. Hit that share button, everyone. Hit that share button. As we figure out what is going on, hit that share button. Can you see who is on YouTube, Nikki?
Yes, right now we have Chrissy O, who is just laughing because I believe she was laughing at the video Entanglement with August. So she has actually been laughing about that one.
All right, let's see who was on Facebook here.
Who's on? Who else is on?
Hit that, you guys hit that share button. Make sure you share. We want to get everyone in the room as we talk about our topics. Hit that share button. So I'm so excited. Candace, can you hear us? Still can't hear you. All right, so
and Chrissy says, hi, ladies. Hi,
hello,
Chrissy.
hello. So let's talk about this entanglement with August. Candace, you might need to click on and click back off so that we can hear you. And Nikki and I will talk about this entanglement with August. Now, Nikki,
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, so let's talk about it.
I still don't know why they actually decided to say something about a rumor, because people have been having rumors about them for years and they've never commented and never said anything. I'm all over the place with it. I think that certain things should be kept between you and your husband. I don't think that's something that should have been discussed. But I don't know. I just, some people are saying it's probably a publicity thing. I really don't know how to look at it. And it's to the point that, yes, it happens in marriages, but why did they feel that they needed to say something? And I'm still like, why? I don't know. I think there's other things that's more important than this. And like, who are these people who have killed Breonna Taylor going to jail? Like, I mean, I think that's more important. I mean, personally, I just didn't think that was something to really talk about. But I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, that's not, you know, it's just my opinion.
Right. I agree.
Well, you know, I thought it was pretty interesting because I watched and tracked the whole thing. So I watched the August interview with Angela Yee, and he was really coming to a point where he wanted to speak his truth and making reference to him being a child of God, and God is of truth, and him wanting to represent God with his truth, right? And so I think it was, to me, a freeing thing. What actually happened is, through somebody else's freedom and repentance, I believe, then there's exposure that happens. And the exposure now with the entanglement, when she said entanglement, when I was watching the interview, I was like, oh, wow. And then Will said something.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
And so when she said the word entanglement, I'm like, okay. She's not coming to, she's used to hiding or keeping her information, her life, private. And so she didn't want to fully come out with it.
No.
But I will tell you that this really is an exposure to a lot of relationships, because people really have entanglements in their relationships.
All the time.
All the time. Whether it be man or woman. And that word, I think it took off because
I can't believe she used that word to describe it either. But
let's talk about the word.
And then somebody here said, Will look hurt, man. That Frank said. Will look hurt.
He looked hurt, man. He did.
Terrence said, Terrence says that, but I believe that and I think that's a perspective of a man, because a man thinking about that, women are like, he ain't hurt. He been doing his thing. But men, that would crush a man if their wife was with someone else. And so it's interesting to hear most men empathizing with the hurt about that. But let's talk about the word.
A lot of people a lot of men on social media were like, you know, very upset about it, and I was really shocked to see so many men actually come out and like express how, that like, man, Will look hurt, that was messed up. Like there's a lot of men that feel like that was just she was just dead wrong. And I heard a lot of women then commenting back, and a lot of them said it's just interesting when a man does it, it's not taken like that
No.
from other men. Other women get very, yeah, this is messed up, and they jump on that train. But it's interesting to hear that perspective from a lot of men. Like,
Right,
they
right.
noticed Will. They noticed Will a lot in that interview. That was their thing. When Will was hurt, he looked hurt, he sound hurt. Oh, she didn't seem remorseful. So it's just very interesting to hear like a women's perspective versus the men, and a lot of women, that was their commentary back to those men who felt that way. Like, yeah, but when, men do it, it's fine, and you guys don't react in that same way. That's not usually what you have to say. But now that it's, Jada, it seems to be extremely on the radar when it comes to males. So yeah, I definitely
True.
noticed that.
Another thing that I wanted to
Yep.
say is I like the fact that how they kept it only on Jada. It wasn't a
Yeah.
tit for tat type of thing, like, well, Will, you did this and you did that. But
Right.
I like the fact that they just focused on that. But I mean, I'm at this point also. I hear that August is really hurt by everything. But what
Hmm.
happened to the code? Like, you ain't supposed to say nothing. Is it me? Like, why did he even say Jada? Why he just didn't say he had an affair with somebody who was married and leave it at that? Like, why did he have to say Jada? Is it me asking that question?
Well,
Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
I
Think
think
about it.
I think literally there's no code when it comes to the matters of the heart, and that's what happens. People think
Hmm.
there's a code, but there's no real
Right.
code when there's a matter of the heart. And I think because he was so entangled.
Yeah.
That word again.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No, she didn't. She used the word entangled. Yes, she did.
I think because he was so entangled, and you know, it's interesting because he's the one that left the relationship. He could have
Hmm.
continued on, done
He
his
could have.
thing, but he literally said that he left nothing on the table. He emptied out all of his heart in that situation and gave his
Mm-hmm.
all. And I
Hmm.
and I'm saying to myself, wow, that's pretty deep, and I always got to take it biblical and spiritual because that's what we're supposed to be doing, emptying out, give our all. So imagine giving you, but that says something too,
But
for
And what do you
him.
think
he,
about them saying that 25-year, like, when you've been in a relationship or marriage for 25 years, you have to go through some things. And their perspective was that, you can't make it to the other side. You can't know what the other side looks like, or you can't, really know that you can be together after 25 years if you don't have some situations that test your relationship, that some real test. So for them, they felt like we had to go through some things in order to know that we can make it through. So what do you guys like kind of think about that perspective? And they both, I felt like there were times in the interview that they didn't necessarily seem on the same page, especially when she kept using the word entanglement, and he was like,
right,
Jada,
right, and
can
and,
you
and
like
Chrissy
can
says,
you clarify
Chrissy,
entanglement? But I felt like in
yes,
that part they were both. You didn't you see that? Like he kind of perked up at that point, and they kind of laughed a
mm-hmm.
little bit about it, and he was like, did you think we would be here? Like she's like, no, I didn't. I really didn't think you would forgive me, and he was like, you people got to go through things, and they even made that little joke about like bad marriage for life, which I knew some
I
people were
hated that.
like,
I didn't like that at all. But Chrissy
didn't
says,
like
I
it,
love how Will was like, "What do you mean? What is entanglement?"
right?
But
Uh huh. Uh
so
huh.
I'm the only single one right now on this broadcast right now. So I
Well,
actually may
not
have a
single.
little,
Not single.
You're not single.
but you know what
You're
I
You got
mean.
it. You got a relationship,
yeah.
I'm in a lovely
a love
relationship, and I
relationship.
love my
Yes.
boo boo. I love
Soon
her.
to be married.
But help me, ladies, because this is where I have to lean on you guys. But yes, I do believe that relationships go through their ups and downs, and I think that that's going to happen in any relationship, whether it's your significant other, your friends, your siblings. And yes, it is going to test your relationship, but it's all about how do you handle it and what do you do to bring you guys closer, right? And I think a lot of people today don't seem to have the patience to want to work with anybody. They just, if it doesn't look right, I'm ready to go. I think, especially with the dating scene, I think everybody is just like, look, if you're not going to do it the way I want it to be done, or you're not going to, or it's not going to look the way I want it to look, I'm out, right? So yes, I think relationships do have their ups and downs, and they are correct about that. But I didn't like the fist bump at the end. I thought that was a little corny.
I think words are really powerful, and I know they were trying to do a play on the Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
But the bad marriage for life, you're literally declaring that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
so
and then don't want to declare that.
And I just wanted to say a couple of comments. Erika said yes, just even more embarrassing for Will. Terrence said, well, she messed up when she decided to have an entanglement with a child who they decided to bring into their home and take care of like a son. And then Frank said it's a code. And Erika said that part is disgusting. She can't get around that part. And Frank said, oh goodness, that was his mama. Terrence said, I think it's because he was young. Jada basically spoiled him on a level that he has never experienced. Anna said in the interview he did try and mention payback, and she looked at him like, really? You want to go there? And then Terrence said that's a gut.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, we didn't really talk about that part of it, like the fact that he was her Will's son's, his older son's friend. Like that was the acquaintance. I think that was the connection that initially, started that. And they referenced both of them in agreement in the beginning that he was kind of sick, and they brought him in to take care of him, and then she was very unhappy, and then it went from I guess a friendship to something more serious. And it just was interesting to me to hear up until that point they definitely both seemed to be in agreement. It didn't seem like Will was not on board with him coming to live there. Like he was very much okay with it. So I was wondering at what point did that become a situation, an entanglement in
I know.
that sense.
And a part of me feels a little bit embarrassed for their Jaden, the son. I think they were friends. So you can only imagine what that looks like for him. And what is that going to look like, especially with social media? Because, social media is cutthroat, period. I can only imagine the things that they're writing and saying about the whole scenario. And yes, you should look at all aspects. And I don't think that was looked at on Jada's part, because the kids are really going to be affected by that.
Yeah,
I agree. I just think that that they have been playing a game with their relationship, obviously, and really they had to do a PR thing. I think that August was right when he sat down with Will, and I think Will's been doing his own thing, but maybe going through the entanglement of both situations, because I believe they both were having situations that maybe that they can find their way back to each other. But it's time to get on with this topic, because we could talk about more about the entanglement.
We could talk about it all night.
We could talk about this all night.
Let's
talk about our next topic. Let's see what we about to talk about.
Backlash for tweeting, "We must ensure Black Lives Matter doesn't morph into Black Lives Better." Here's how he explained it. Are all white people bad? No. Are all black people good? No. Knowing this reality, I stand on my decision to unite with good people, no matter the race, creed, or ideology. Given the number of threats against this decision, I also decide to die on this hill. Terry Crews joins me now. Terry, man, you stepped in it. You say that you're willing. You say you're willing to die on this hill. You've taken a lot of heat for this. Explain what you are thinking and why it's so important that you die on this hill.
Well, again, I wanted to bring up the fact that, there are some very, very, militant type forces in Black Lives Matter. And what I was issuing was a warning. It's one of those things where I've been a part of different groups, I've been a part of different things, and you see how extremes can really can go far and can go wild. And then when you issue a warning, and when a warning is seen as detrimental to the movement, how can you ever have checks and balances? In the 60s and 70s.
Candace, please tell us what's going on here.
So, I mean, as the interview goes on, I mean, basically, Don Lemon gives him a lot of opportunity to kind of clarify what he means by, there's people in the Black Lives Matter movement who are in leadership, who, are militant, and, they're not promoting peace. They are making it sound as though, that everyone who's not a part of Black Lives Matter movement or African American are being, pinpointed as like terrorists almost. And Don Lemon is like, man, my curiosity just to you, or my question to you is, have you ever sat down with the leaders from the Black Lives Matter movement? Have you ever expressed what you feel to them, to have a conversation so that they can kind of give you an understanding of some background? Because clearly you don't understand what the movement stands for, what they're trying to accomplish. And he gave an example about saving the whales. So, if we get on there and we say we want to save the whales, this whale lives matters or something to that extent, and someone jumps on there and says, yeah, but what about all the other fish in the sea or the other creatures in the sea? Does that make it right? And I feel like Terry Crews definitely wasn't ready. I don't think they ever are for the
He
dog.
wasn't
I call him
ready.
Lemony.
No.
Lemon will get you all the way right. We all know that.
Yes.
So it was just a very interesting thing, and I am curious to hear what other people have to say, or you ladies' opinion. But I feel like we've had so much support from celebrities, Black, white, Hispanic. And so I thought that this was so interesting to hear, an African American or Black male's perspective. And he's really holding tight, because there's been people who've come out and said things, but they've kind of backed it up. They pulled it back a little bit once, they were straightened up. But I feel like he's still kind of sticking to the guns with what he feels. So what was your perspective on that? I don't know.
I don't think he gets it.
No, he doesn't get it.
I think he
And I
gets
don't
it.
see how he doesn't get it.
Well, as a Black man, I know he gets and understands that Black lives matter. I think that sometimes when you are in a culture of having more than the everyday people, you sometimes get engrossed in the culture and forget the struggles that everyday people of color go through.
And
so I think it's about a money thing. I don't know if his wife, I know she's heard
African American.
Yeah, she's African American, because I heard some people talking about her but she's just very fair skinned. We come in all colors.
Very fair.
Mm-hmm. But I think that I get his heart saying that we all matter, and I know that we all do. All lives do matter, but that is not the point. The Black lives are almost wanting to be an endangered species. Basically, we're under attack, and I think that that's the point he didn't get. He knows it, but he didn't get that. That's You see, he took on a stance of he doesn't want to think that Black lives are better, and that's not what was said.
And it's not that's not the case. It's just basically saying that we're going through all of this right now and we matter. We're not saying nobody else doesn't matter, but I still can't believe he is standing strong on his opinion. And I really wonder what world is he living in? I mean, I don't get it. You know,
Yeah.
I can understand somebody else saying it because they don't get it, but he's African American. I don't understand. What does he not get? I don't know.
Right.
But
And so Frank says here he lost respect for him. He said he lost respect for Terry. He's tap dancing. He's not trying to mess his money up. And then he said he gets that Hollywood money. And then my girlfriend
correct.
Candace said, "Hi, Candace." She said that Terry's wife is mixed with black and white, so she's black and white. And then she said also, yes, but Frank, I was looking at him side-eyed when he didn't speak up for Gabrielle Union. Oh, that was a huge thing with America's
That was
Got
a huge
Talent.
thing
So
on American Got Talent. Is right. Is
right,
right.
so they
And of
kind
course,
of,
it it didn't work. I heard Simon is not a nice guy, and she tried everything she could, and it they did not agree with what she was saying at all.
Well, she wanted to expose or really bring to light the injustice that was happening behind the scenes. And it's interesting that he came on board after that. So it's all good. It's all good. I mean, people have to make
it's
their
all
money.
good.
I think at the core, his heart is good. He always seems like a kind person, but there are certain issues that we don't want to get involved in. You know, we don't want to lend voice to it because we're afraid that it might mess up our money.
Right.
But there's so many topics that we want to talk about, but we have to go into our topic tonight. You know, these topics, we could spend a long, long time on them. We want to talk about the Lil Wayne and 50 Cent and the Jill Scott issue with the NFL player. But, you know, before we do that, we have to bring in our beautiful guest. Oh, my goodness. And maybe we can join them in on the conversation. Oh, Nikki, please tell us one of our guests. I'm going to introduce Lady Erika Applewhite. She is a fitness extraordinaire. She's a first lady. She's a pastor. She's a motivator. She's a mom. She's a wife, and she flex on them. You know, she be flexing. Wait, hold on. Can you see? Oh, she be flexing them guns. And so I'm excited to talk about this subject about wellness. And then we also have. Go ahead, Nikki.
We have Jessica Sinclair. She is actually a cardiac nurse in New York, and she is a creator of Nurse of Integrity. She's also an author, and I can't wait to have you guys hear what she is doing out there today and what she has going on. She's amazing, and can't wait for you guys to meet her. So yeah.
Welcome,
Hi.
welcome, welcome, ladies.
Hello, ladies.
I am so excited that you're on. I'm so excited to have you and talking about wellness.
Hi.
Yes,
Let me
wellness.
If you
wellness.
guys have your devices, just turn them down just a bit.
let me do
And
that.
you'll be able to still comment. I saw you guys commenting in the chat group. You could still comment.
Okay.
But let's talk about wellness. I'm going to, please, Erika, I'm going to have you introduce yourself. Please let the Amplify family, you're already a part of the Amplify family with motivational.
I am. I think I'm a top commenter, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
Give me my props now. I comment heavy. I'm a top fan. I'm something.
Good. So please let them know exactly who you are and just tell them what I know. Go ahead, tell them.
Okay. Well, my name is Erika Applewhite, the fruit and the color. I always say that part. Applewhite. Basically, I am a fitness coach. My husband is a pastor. I'm a praise and worship leader. You know, just call me his lady. I'm his lady and I'm his lady. So that's what I do. That's my life. Worship is my life. God, you know, that's my lifestyle is God, period. But it's also fitness. So sometimes, you know, I might, like she said, flex on them because I work for it. So I'm going to flex on you. I'm going to do it to motivate somebody. But of course we know that's controversial, you know, showing skin in the Christian community, of course, we've come a little further in that, not saying that we're desensitized to bodies, but at the end of the day, I personally don't sexualize it. You may look at the guy on, what's the new show? Tyler Perry's new show. I'm not even gonna get into that guy, but the point is, you may look at somebody's muscles, and you may
I don't know.
who said that. But anyway, you may look at something like that, and you may not just admire the art of it, the work he put into it, the discipline. It takes a lot to do that. So I just, at the end of the day, I didn't just come into this lifestyle for no reason. I've always been into fitness, but then I stopped being into fitness as I became a mother and a wife. But 14 years ago, I was clinically diagnosed with MS. So I never took drugs. I never took steroids. I never claimed it. Not one time ever. I would always, and I still only say I was clinically diagnosed with it. So of course, I never took the drugs. I went the natural route immediately. I used my faith. I said, God, you said I'm healed. You nailed it all to the cross. I'm going to trust you, and I'm going to do my part. My part was, I pretty much went vegan for a couple months. And then I didn't even stay vegan, but I pretty much reset my body. I had to have, because I don't have any symptoms. I teach Zumba. I strength train. I do all the things that many people do, and I have never had any exacerbation past the first exacerbations I had when I was clinically diagnosed. So at the end of the day, this is my lifestyle, and I know everybody can have it, and I just want to do my part to share it. So not only am I a Zumba instructor, but I'm also a Beachbody coach. So I do take people through programs to help them see, you can change your diet, you can change your, that's right, Jackie, flex on them. So you can actually control your portions. You can do something different to have positive results. So a Beachbody coach. I recently just got into essential oils. I don't know if you guys know about the power of essential oils. They are very powerful. And just for an example, one drop of a lemon oil is 2 whole lemons. So just take that with every fruit, every vegetable, every plant in God's garden. Is basically God's medicine cabinet. So for many things, I took the medicines away, and now I use other resources like essential oils. That's just one of the things that I do. So that's what I do. Beachbody, Zumba, praise and worship, teach,
love it.
preach, and I like go-go. And I like go-go. What? Who's going to judge me? What can man do to me? I like go-go.
I can only take 3 songs.
And I'm going to one if it wasn't a Corona.
That's just me.
Oh, you too? You like go-go too?
No, these are, Erika, sidebar. These are all New York ladies.
We're all New Yorkers.
I digress. Y'all already judged me as soon as I said the go-go. But you may like it for a couple songs, just all night long, right? Not all night long, right?
A couple of songs we can do.
You can take it. Okay. So that's me.
Yes.
That is amazing. And I just want to say, all the ladies on this panel are of Caribbean descent, some way or another.
Yes.
My father, he's from Grenada.
Yes, Grenada. That is awesome. And so we have Jessica Sinclair. Please introduce yourself to the audience. We're so excited to have you on.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nikki, for the opportunity to be a part of this amazing discussion. My name is Jessica Sinclair, and I live on Long Island. I am from the Jamaica diaspora, so all my yardies, big up yourself. I am a cardiac special procedure nurse. Hey! So basically, my part-time gig is what I call it, because my career is doing what I love, is to empower, to elevate persons. But I'm a part-time nurse in the city, and basically what I do is I work with cardiologists to basically get your heart rate back into rhythm. We have a lot of Black and brown persons walking around with tachycardia, really unsafe rhythms where they can go into shock and basically, have a blood clot. So basically we help stabilize them. I created Nurses of Integrity because just like other nurses like myself, millennials, we want to do something. We want to do something now. And I felt that I wasn't passionate about nursing anymore. And so I teamed up with Shantae Carter, and we have this phenomenal brunch for the Year of the Nurse. All the nurses that are watching, we love you. We want you to stay in the practice, but we want you to pivot. And so with pivoting, I realized that I'm very gifted at communication. I started my my business, Sinclair Master Ceremonies, the day I walked across that nursing stage, I knew that I was a natural born entertainer. And then the year after that, I wanted to take it to the next level because networking is everything. It changed my life. And I realized that, again, Black and brown persons, we do not know how to communicate effectively. We don't know how to ask. And so I created this platform, Network Like You Mean It. And it's a cultivative way of asking for what you want, also by putting other people's needs first. And I think that we are still behind. We're still missing the mark on helping each other. Every other nationality, every other race is doing it. So I figured, how can I help? And I had to create my own narrative. And that's what I'm really known for, is really speaking up, being a leader that persons have dubbed me as. It wasn't my destiny to create different vehicles, but I realized that that's my foundation, is entrepreneurship. I have this amazing book that's now an Amazon bestseller. It is here, my journey as a nurse with 29 other girl bosses that are nurses. And I just want to, if there's nothing that you get out of this discussion, is that we have to take control of our destiny. We can't wait to be saved. I think a lot of women are always looking for that male, that Cinderella. We have to stop that, stop teaching that we can save ourselves. Look at this bunch of beautiful women. We're all doing something so different. But really and truly, my motto is always putting people first, and then the streams of income would always come, because I know in my heart that I was meant to put people first. And so that's everything for me in a nutshell. I'm just every day reinventing myself. And if I can help anyone on the panel, please email me, or your viewers. I think what you ladies are doing is pretty darn dope. And I'm happy to be
Love
here.
it. Love it. Thank you. So, Jessica, I do
Thank
have
you.
a question for you. Um,
Yes.
we would like you to talk about your experience with COVID-19 and ways to stay healthy through this pandemic. What suggestions do you have for our viewers
Ooh,
here tonight?
so it's like a multi-layered, because we are the heroes of healthcare, whatever you guys want to call us. We've been working with infection disease for years as a nurse, right? You have all of these different viruses that come through. The one thing that made COVID so different is that it reached so many different people in a short amount of time. And we can talk about the government, we can talk about reasons why COVID was here. People call me a conspiracist. I speak from the heart. It could be a money making thing, right? For others, not for us, right? Because you see that we're dying at
Right.
a faster rate. I take the MTA from April to May. It was horrific. Okay, I mean, dirty things of that nature. Who was on the train? It's us, the Black and browns that are going to work. So COVID really affected me in a way where I have to come home to my family. I still have to be a frontline nurse. I did not want to be a frontline nurse. I wanted to stay home like everyone else. We are human. We did not sign up to not have proper equipment. So, to answer the question, Nikki, COVID-19 definitely changed my life for good reasons, because I'm able to have dialogues. But as a
Right.
business owner, it kind of, I saw that the numbers are dropping in my bookings and things of that nature. What did I do?
Mm-hmm.
I got the pen and paper, right? You have to understand why things are happening. And so to fight COVID, it really got down to the herbs, right? Our natural, like this queen talked about, the backyard, the garden that they have taken from us to push pharmaceuticals, okay? So what did
Right.
we do? So my mom is very big on holistic. I was an asthmatic all my life. My dad definitely, Nikki, you should know the cupping, right? Physical therapy.
Yes.
Those are the
Cupping
things, the
therapy.
white
Yep.
rum on my face, breathing in the
You
white
got it.
rum, putting the Vicks on my chest. These are the things that I need you guys to do, because COVID is here. COVID is not going anywhere, right? There's no treatment, but prevention is not something that they're talking about. I need you guys to wash your hands twice, sing the happy birthday song. You need to lather your fingers. You need to lather going down. Get that dirty hand, get the fluids going down. Wearing the gloves, to me, it just freaks me out, because now you're touching surfaces. It's plastic or whatever, the rubber, if you will. So I just need people to let the hands breathe, do the sanitizer if that's all you can do, but be vigilant on washing your hands with friction. You need to slice up lemon. You need to drink turmeric. I mean, these are simple things that have been overlooked just because of where we live in society. The
Right.
ginger, garlic. I mean, this is basic
Yes.
things. Teaspoons every day. I mean, guys, I was on these dirty ass trains. Excuse my language. I thought I had it in 24 hours, but my mom said, "Here's a glass, right? It's some therapy." And I'm telling you guys, in 24 hours, I fought it because I knew I didn't feel well. My girlfriend, who's my co-chair, had COVID for 2 months. Shantae Carter is
Wow.
alive, and why? Home remedies, all the cough suppressants they gave her did not work. Okay, now why are we affected by COVID more than any other race? Any other viewers want to get in on this because this is what they wanted. If anyone
Right.
knows, we can talk about that.
Comorbidities.
Okay, we have to, yeah,
Comorbidities.
we have to we have to do better, and we can't always blame, right? You have to work within your budget. I do talks on Dollar Tree. I love a good Dollar Tree. Wash off all the canned stuff. I mean, you just can't give in, guys. You can't give in, and you need to hydrate
Correct.
yourself. 6 to 8 glasses of water should not be a big ask. Put some lemon in there. So the name of the game is to boost that immunity. The vitamin C
Yes.
packets, you know what I mean? Tangerines, oranges. Those are the
Yeah.
things that we need to do to boost, to fight this. And it's working. Like I said, I know survivors. This is what they did. This is what they did.
So I have some remarks on YouTube. I just wanted to give people a chance to be heard. Arwell says yes, mind, body, breath. He also says that yes, God moves through us, and ask and you shall receive. And he's saying thank you. He says, I'm a man who is in need to improve himself first as well. And he said Dr. CB said the same thing. Claudia Pearson also says the Caribbean view, and I have a lot of fire flames, or I guess they're saying more fire, more fire. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm getting on this side on YouTube, and
Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I find that to be so helpful because we're looking at the comments. I see Byron. He's here. He says, "What do you do if you work in a school?" And you know, it's really important. Just like Erika, you mentioned earlier, you do the essential oils, and so you know, what have you been doing to stay healthy? And you know, they're saying that you know, people that have compromised immune systems, we need to be very careful, right? And so,
Very
what have
careful.
you been doing in this COVID time? Spirit-wise and physical-wise, because they're saying that we need to move. And so what have you been doing in this time and what can you tell us to do?
Absolutely. So for me, you know, I've pretty much been on a fitness journey, maybe 12 years consistently. So I've always taken a morning tonic. So my morning tonic, of course, I put my pre-workout in because I work out in the morning, but I would add turmeric, of course, the black pepper, activation turmeric, of course, put the ginger in it, lemon. And now since COVID, I've been adding oregano. So I know you know about oregano. You got to add oregano. Oregano is a powerhouse. You can get any type of oregano. Of course, I use Young Living's oregano. But 1 drop of oregano, if 1 drop of lemon is 2 lemons, you know 1 drop of oregano is berserko. And it's another item they have called Thieves, which has a lot of antibacterial. It's definitely for your immune system. So it's plenty of oils that I take regularly. Whether I'm putting some lime oil or orange oil or citrus oil in my water first thing. Of course, Dr. Sebi said drink 30 ounces of water before you eat anything. So of course, to help me do that, I'll drop a drop of lemon and a drop of Thieves. Another bottle, I'll drop a drop of oregano and some lime. I love the lime oil. But all of them are powerful antioxidant, antiviral. Like, just get it in your body. Of course, I've been taking sea moss now. Add that to my regimen as well. The sea moss.
Me
but
too.
certainly, they're not talking about the things that are God's medicine cabinet. Like these fruits, these oils, these plants, they are God's medicine cabinet. Of course, our ancestors did not have Tylenol. Can you give me a couple ibuprofen? No, they used roots. So, and of course, they won't tell us that, although I bet every doctor is taking natural remedies, every doctor, but they don't tell us. So at the end of the day, that's what I'm doing to reinforce my immune system. It is the essential oils. It is the turmeric, cayenne pepper, Bragg's, It is those things together with the black pepper, with the turmeric. I use those daily, every day. So that's just part of the things I do. But of course, diet and exercise. You just can't eat everything you want to eat anytime you want to eat it. My personal trainer, well, my coach, he's really my coworker, but I call him my coach because he works me out. But the point is, when I talk to him about these oils, you got to get these oils in your body, your immune system. He said your immune system is what you eat and exercise. That will build your. If you work out and you eat right, your immune system will be strong. Period. And of
Correct.
course, and it's period point blank. But if you know you're going to be lazy, or you know you're going to eat whatever you want, if you know you're not going to do what you're supposed to do, then you do need a supplement in your life. Period. You need it in this time because, of course, the ground is not giving us anything healthy these days. Not this ground, because of course the soil is no good. So at the end of the day, we have to do our part, and that's just basically. I'm all about doing our part, maximum effort on our part. That's just what I'm about. But of course, the essential oils. Powerful, help me with my immunity, as well as diet and exercise. It's time out for looking down your list of grandmothers, great grandmothers, great grandfather. All of them had cancer, but you think it's going to skip you. All of them had diabetes, but you're not going to get it. But you eat what you want to eat whenever you want. So at the end of the day, it's not really supposed to be a rebuke, but it's just real. Look at it. And why do you think you're not going to have it? I mean, why do you think it's going to skip you when you're not doing what God gave you to do? And I'm just going to tell you just real quick on this one scripture, which is kind of like the scripture that I kind of model my business on. Let me see. It's 1 Corinthians 6:19. It says, or didn't you this is the Message version. I love the Message version. I don't want to call it the Black version, but anyway, it says, or didn't you realize that your body is a sacred place, the place of the Holy Spirit? Don't you see that you can't live however you please, squandering what God pays such a high price for? The physical part of you is not some piece of property belonging to the spiritual part of you. God owns the whole works. So let people see God in and through your body. I didn't say it. Okay, that's the word. This doesn't belong to us. So we have to do our part, period. And that's on period.
Exactly. You got to do your part.
So
I just wanted to ask
for both of you ladies. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead, Candace. Go ahead.
So I was thinking about, I love that you guys are giving all of these wonderful things to do for the body and, obviously, your mind, body, spirit, all of that is connected. What would you say to the people who are struggling with what's been happening mentally? Our mental health has also been under attack with all of this that has happened. A lot of people are suffering, and it's become even more difficult for them, to really get themselves going and really get themselves in a place where they're working, like you said, on their health. So what would you suggest for them in terms of wellness and ways that they can get themselves going so that they can, stay healthy, through your mind, body, and spirit?
Well, one thing I can say is meditation. I meditate every single morning. And actually, Oprah and Deepak Chopra has been having these free meditation classes on their app. And there's another one called Calm, CALM is another app. They actually have all different types of meditations on there. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. I say do whatever makes your heart smile, because whatever makes you happy, especially at this point in time, you need to do whatever makes you happy, because it's not a good place to be in. And I don't think any of us ever thought we would be here right now, right? In the way that everything looks. But I say do what makes you and your heart smile. Meditation is the key, and also yoga.
Yes.
Go ahead, Mama. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, unless it is toxic. Like, some people don't know what to do, so they're already dysfunctional, or they may not have any models of anything positive. So that it's going to take a person to say, "Hey, come alongside me. Let me show you what I'm doing." Because some people may not have ever and would never meditate, because they think that's something that white people do. But really, it's for your own peace of mind. Like, I love yoga. I love yoga.
Right.
So at the end of the day, if you tell somebody just do whatever makes you happy, they may go get high. I don't know.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm real happy now.
But I'm gonna be honest, that's exactly what people are doing. People are doing that, and they're also drinking excessively, or even more than they normally would drink.
And eating comfort food.
And eating. And
Yeah.
What were you gonna
another
say,
thing that
Jess?
is really good is mental health, as in, if you really feel you need to speak to somebody. I think in the Black community that's shunned on, or like people don't look at that as being something positive. And I think that if you need to talk to somebody, I encourage it. I've done it. It's a
Absolutely.
beautiful thing. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And, I
Absolutely not.
think finding a therapist
Exactly.
right now is definitely a
Mhm.
good thing as well to do. So, yeah.
I
Arwell
want to
is
say the
up.
same.
He's
Have a
he's saying that take your vitamin C and your gummy bears, and
You're
focus on having a good morning. Put 7 out of those together, and you'll have a good week. He was saying meditation as well. Um, he says yes, great information and platform. Thank you, Arwell the second. And he was saying keep your fish tank clean. How I tell people. But yeah, I just wanted to
fish
let you
tank.
guys know that. Yes.
Jess, were you trying to say something?
Yeah, so on the wellness piece, I think that, what you eat has a lot to do with how you feel. So I would encourage everyone today to do an intermittent fasting. It has changed my life. My energy's through the roof, as it always is. It's kind of scary, but now I don't feel anxious anymore. So because my body has time to break down all the food, we have such a great relationship with our gut. I think that if people truly ate better, it would resonate, the glow in your skin. You're gonna smile more. I'm very big on smiling, and
Right.
so you sometimes have to force yourself. If I could have turned my camera around, you would see my post-its. I'm a post-it queen. Did you smile today? That in itself will make you want to smile. You need an accountability partner. Like she said, I have the app Calm. I also have my sister who I check in on. So you need to make your duty to check in on someone else, and then it's going to force someone else, just how the universe works, they'll check in on you, because we're so much in our mind. We're good, we could do this, is me and God. And no shade to God, because he's everything, but sometimes you need to let it go, let it out, and have that response. I think that spirituality is very big, but some of us don't even know what we're going through. I love to journal. If you guys are listening, get a journal. Go to the Dollar Tree. I told you guys I love a good Dollar Tree. Every night I write something that made me feel good. So I call it the feel good list. Get a feel good list. It could be something as I held the door open for a senior. Your endorphins is going to increase because it wants you to smile. It wants you to feel good. Just when you work out, it releases these
Mm-hmm.
chemicals. So I do have my notebook here, if I could grab it, but I have a tangible job, and it's to write down what makes me feel good. And I think that once you see it on paper, it's gonna stick. I think we need to write more. We need to write our thoughts more. You may not want to talk
Mm-hmm.
to a therapist, but it's therapeutic to write it
Right.
down. And I think we need to do
Exactly.
that more. But if you guys all can fast from 12 to 6 is when you're going to eat. From 6 o'clock, let your body shut down. We're always on the go. Our body needs to refuel, especially our mind. I think these two
Mm-hmm.
tips will definitely, you'll see a shift. You'll see a shift in the next few weeks. I'm telling you, you'll see a
And
shift.
And
also
I
in your
And
just want to
journal.
add to that. I'm sorry, just real quick. I want to add to that, just in terms of the accountable. Everybody's not self motivated. Like I can work out by myself. I'll just get up and do it. But some people cannot. So you have got to get an accountability partner. If God told you what you're doing is you need to. It's another level to it. But you cannot do it, or you keep quitting. You continue to quit. You start good for 2 days and you quit. Then that means you need an accountability partner. You don't have to wonder, do I need one? You can tell the person, look, you have permission to wake me up. You have permission to get on my nerves. I
Right.
might cuss you out, but you have permission, because I know that this is detrimental to my health for me to continue in this insanity of me doing nothing for my temple. So if you're not self motivated, and you know you're not, and you may be self motivated with your job, you may be so motivated in so many areas, but fitness. So give somebody
She's freezing.
permission to disturb your peace in that area, because you're too peaceful, you're too comfortable. You need help, and it's okay. That's what personal trainers are for.
Can y'all hear me? Yeah, she was saying that's what personal trainers are for, and Erica is no joke when it comes. You see those cuts, so she's stuck a little bit, but yeah. I really feel like a lot of us, when it comes to the health and the choices, I mean, with all, I really like the point about intermittent fasting. That really does work really, really well. I've done that for a while, and I'm not doing it right now, but maybe after today.
Yeah.
I'll get back on it. But I think it's
Yeah.
really important for our mental health to like you don't realize how they all combine. They
Yep.
all go together.
That is true. Another thing that I did want to say is in your journal, you can write also what you're grateful for. You know, what are the
Yes.
things you're grateful for? Because when you focus on that, it just brings nothing but positivity
Oh,
your way as
feel
well.
good.
So feel goods,
Yes.
yes,
Well, I have a
yes.
gratitude jar, so I'm really big on little things like that. So it's a gratitude jar. Post it, but I read mine at the end of the year. But because of COVID and the mental health, I think people should read it once a day. So
Hmm.
or once a week. Let it cluster. Like, oh wow, I'm popping. I wear red lipstick.
Hmm.
Red lipstick, ladies. Don't put on a red lip. Oh, forget it. You're winning.
Yes, I'm a lipstick girl.
Yes, and it's simple.
I'm a lipstick girl.
So yes, and I love your shade that you have on today.
Oh, thank
Everyone's
you, thank you.
yeah.
Just not with
Put
your
on a red.
mask, because it'll be in your mask, not your good
It'll
mask.
keep your mask. Yeah, but at the
Not your
house.
good mask.
You know what?
Right.
That has
That's
happened
The
to
what
one
me
you're going to
so
throw away.
many times. With my
I
It has happened
mask
to
know.
me
and my
too.
makeup, I'm like, oh man, I should have put no makeup on my face.
Same here.
Because you can't see your face anyway.
They can't see my
Right.
face
Can't see
anyway.
most of it.
But
Right.
these
And so
little
speaking
circles
of,
that I got to take care of,
Yes.
I got to make sure I put on a little
A little
thing around
concealer.
here because the
Yeah.
eyes got to be popping. Nikki wears eyelashes.
Oh,
Yes,
I
yes.
see them. They're
speaking of
perfect.
faces, I wanted to like kind of bring you guys in on, one of our topics really quickly, because I think it's so important to address this, especially as, Black women and, everything that's been going on, like you said, with wellness and, thinking about the mind and your body, your physical appearance and your spirit and, having those people in your life that are, encouraging. So it's been a lot of things going on in the media lately. And one of the big things that came up was 50 Cent and Lil Wayne talking about not really caring for the Black woman in terms of, the physical appearance and that they like what's called, and excuse me, because I'm repeating
Exotic?
after them. This ain't me talking like this, but they like the exoticals.
What?
Exoticals. Yeah.
The
So
exoticals. Okay, so they basically talked about Black women. We're very angry. We're just not that nice. And what was
mhm.
interesting was Reginae, which is Lil Wayne's daughter, then
Uh,
posted on Instagram saying that she's a beautiful Black woman and that she's not angry. Basically, boosting herself up. Yay, yes, exactly. And her
Yes.
mom, said the same. So, there were a lot of people that came out in support. And then, as recent as just, I think today or yesterday, you had a football player who went on social media and basically said, I don't know what the hype is around Jill Scott. Like, I just don't think she's attractive at all.
what?
And yes, he
Yeah.
called her unattractive. He called her
She's
unattractive.
gorgeous.
And then, of course,
You see that
Black
smile?
Twitter and all of everybody, they was calling her. They said, "Don't come for Jilly from Philly, because you know
Ever.
some
Yes.
Jilly from
No.
Philly.
Don't you
Don't
mess
come
with
for Jilly
Jilly.
from Philly.
Mm-mm.
Don't
Don't
come.
do it.
Don't
Wow.
come for Jilly from Philly." And then,
Don't do it.
so it's interesting that you say that, and talking about boosting yourself up or having people to boost you up. But how do you when you're not in such a great place? How do you deal with that? And you know try to look past those things when it's just constantly there. It seems like every time you turn around there's someone addressing specifically the physical attributions and the things about Black women, and then of
Right.
course using the stigmatized angry Black woman, that we're never happy, and
Right.
it's becoming a lot.
I thank you for even bringing this to my attention. I really don't when you have so many things going on, you really don't have the time for those type of channels, and that's when you're growing, right? I realized that as a person that reads, there's a book called The Four Agreements, and I realized that
I love
black
it.
man, there's something wrong with
One of my
them, so it's
favorites.
not our fault. So one of the things I want us women to understand is that not everybody was raised like us, right? And if you know that one of their agreements is that everyone is, it's not your fault, it's their fault. Everyone is going through their own thing. Now you have two chocolate brothers, okay? I don't know who finds them attractive besides their dollars, right? So they're battling self-infliction, okay? So when they see themselves, okay, y'all don't got me started. Okay, you know what?
Come on, bring it, bring
These
it.
guys' features, they're not, they're not as soft. I'm trying to be very nice. So they're battling their own demon, okay? So you have Lil Wayne in and out of rehab, drug use. He's not even so clear of what that black woman should look like because he's not confident within himself. I am so tired of the black man not knowing who they are, what their purpose is, and they're going to come to try to drop us low. I don't think so, and we should not tolerate. Understand that everyone is unique, right? The exoticas, they don't have anything to bring to the table. The African American woman has doubled in the masters, okay? We are self-sufficient. They don't want that. They want the woman that they can doll up and put on a little fancy dress, and that's not going to question it. We have a voice. We've been through so much. We were raped. We watched our husbands get hanged. So you have to look at the history before we can even talk about what's going on today. And those two men have mental health issues, period.
Yeah.
They don't know who they are. They have money, but they don't know who they are yet.
Mm.
And I feel great.
Yeah.
Right? So
I mean, it's yeah.
And that's why we have to instill in our daughters, you are beautiful the way you are. It's always going to be someone who looks better than you, worse than you. I mean, nobody's going to be completely pleased with you, period. I mean, I've learned the people pleasing lesson so long ago that I promise you, I don't care what you think about me. I don't. Like God, if God is pleased with me, like I said earlier, what can man do to me? They're certainly not doing anything for me. Why? They're not going to do anything for me anyway. They don't have to, and they shouldn't. So at the end of the day, we have got to instill in our children to not even receive it. Like, yes, they said it, but I don't receive that. And you're canceled. And I'm not buying any more of your records. And you are just canceled. Like, we need to cancel them. They need to be canceled.
And
As soon as I heard
Erika,
it, you are
Erika,
canceled.
it's interesting you say that because as I said, you talk about, we need to instill that in our children. And it's just interesting that, here it is, this man has several, from my understanding, daughters. And, she had to kind of do that for herself because here it is, her father, knowing he has young black women as daughters, is up here making these comments and saying that and speaking directly to who she is. So she had to take that moment to lift herself. And her mom had to do that. And it's just,
her
it's
mother
such a
too.
shame.
Yeah.
And that's
luckily,
a
she had a strong mother.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Luckily, she has a strong mother.
So much with Lil Wayne, she schooled her from early on. Like, when you see a guy like this, go stage left. And I think we have to be very impeccable with our word. And what they're doing is they're giving the other men the green light to say, the black woman is angry.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Had you been doing what you were supposed to do, we wouldn't be as vocal. But we have so much baggage. Okay, the exoticas, everything came easy. I don't even know if that's a word. I'm gonna stop saying it after this. But
it made me so mad.
Is that a real word?
She said she's gonna
so
Google it.
They're gonna be the yes men. They're gonna be the yes men because they don't have anything to bring to the table. And we're okay. We're okay.
But they're canceled, and my daughter canceled them as well. So I was happy about that. She's 17. She said they're canceled.
Speaking of cancel, ladies, I got to get this one last thing in. Speaking of canceled, so somebody was trying to cancel something and they couldn't cancel it. So I am referring to that Black Lives Matter that got painted in front of
Trump.
Dare I say the Trump Towers and who helped to do that? Does anyone know who actually helped to paint that?
Who?
Do you know who helped?
Is that
the Central Park 5?
Wait, who's?
Oh, it's Al.
That's
You know,
right.
you
The
already know,
Central
Al.
It's
Park
definitely
Five.
Al.
Yes.
The
That's
Central
right,
Park
Trump.
Five.
Yes.
And Al
Because he
cheerleader
said
was
something
out
about them.
So
in
He
awesome.
front.
said something about them years ago
We
about
we
when they
want
were
them to
in
change
the
some
news.
laws, but we'll take it in front of Trump's building. We'll take it. But we want them to change some
The
laws
laws.
first for
Yeah,
us.
that's my thing. I need to
Exactly.
see some amendments, and yeah. But
Right. But we'll take it just because it's like
you
for him,
know,
stuff it, Trump. Stuff it.
I guess that's a whole different conversation. The Black Lives Matter movement.
That
Because,
is a whole different
yeah,
conversation.
is it effective? Is it? Yeah. So
Yes. Love it. Love it.
It's
Love
just
it.
them appeasing. They're appeasing us. They're not trying to change any laws that will
correct.
positively affect us. So they're appeasing us, and we're going to take it. But we just can't stop. We need
And we
laws
won't
changed.
stop.
Yeah.
We
We
won't
need
stop.
arrests. We need arrests.
Can't stop, won't stop. Like
Exactly.
Diddy said, can't stop,
Yeah.
won't
That's
stop.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So listen,
You got
ladies,
it.
this hour has gone so fast.
I know.
Oh my God.
I'm
It
telling you,
sure
I feel
has.
like we need to do this like longer. Before we go, we want you to tell the audience where they can find you, how they can follow you, and I'm gonna let you guys choose who's going first.
You can go.
Me?
Well, I'll go
Okay.
first. Well,
Okay.
Y'all so polite.
Okay.
my Facebook is my name, Erika Applewhite, the fruit and the color. I do have a private Facebook group which is called Kingdom Fit Chicks. Kingdom Fit Chicks. All about fitness over there as well as Zumba. So I do virtual Zumba classes on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, which is what I did before the corona started. So of course I'm not going to stop my habit, and of course the women who do Zumba with us are not going to stop their habit. So I do virtual Zumba Tuesday, Thursday, 7, and on Saturdays at 9, and it goes all the way down. My fitness name is Storm. I did not name myself that, but I like it. So that means we go hard. So you can find me there. On Instagram, it's also ED Applewhite. You can find me on Instagram there as well. And again, I'm a Young Living distributor and a Beachbody coach. So contact me anytime. I love to help you with your fitness goals.
Oh, I love
Love
that.
it.
It's good to So my handle is it's Jessica Sinclair, ITS, jessicasinclair.com. That's my website. That is also my Instagram. Oh, there it is right there. Oh, I love this show. So organized. It's Jessica Sinclair. Sign up for my newsletter. Get your monthly networking tips. Let me help you get to the next level effectively. Also, you can also hire me to be your event MC, and that's Sinclair Master of Ceremonies.com. So a lot of different hats, but at the end of the day, I put people first. So let's connect. Oh, for the grand finale, get this book. It is on Amazon right now, Amazon.com. This is Network Like You Mean It, my journey to entrepreneurship and purpose. So support it, support the other queens in this book. I know each and every one will walk away with something they did not know. And that number one tip I want to leave with you guys is to define your why. Because if you don't define your why, someone else will define it for you. So thank you guys for having me. This is great. Oh, there's my book. I love it. Like you snapping on the show.
Special over here.
Listen, I have enjoyed this, but Erika, you cannot leave without us showing the folks what you do. I just have to show a little clip of how you get down, girl. Look, you don't be playing with them. Look. Hey.
Me gusta como tú mueves tu cuerpo.
Hey.
Me gusta tu manera de bailar. Se prende el party.
Hey, we gotta keep it going, y'all. Hey. Come on, Erika. You gotta give us some moves. We sitting down. Come on, show it. Hey.
No. I'm not ready on Amplify.
Hey.
Ready?
Hey. Hey.
We got a body roll on that one, huh?
Hey. 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 Guys, we are so excited about this.
Jacq is always ready to dance. Always. My sister.
I love it.
Make sure you like and share. Like and share, everyone. Join us next Monday at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. We enjoyed you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. All right. Whew. I feel like I want Erika, your classes are amazing. And so you guys have to do a Zoom class with her. You can be anywhere in the world. I've taken the class, and I'm also an instructor. So you know, if an instructor can take an instructor's class, you know it's the bomb.
Yes, and if you find me in the private group, your first class is free. So that's just on period. So again, it's Kingdom. That's right. Kingdom Fit Chicks /Storm Zumba. Kingdom Fit Chicks /Storm Zumba. It's a private group, so but you can definitely come for free. It goes all the way down, period.
Yes,
we have a minimum goal, 5,000, 6,000 steps, and the minimum age in the group is 50. Some 60. Like, we go hard anyway.
You see,
your first class is free. Come on in and get this work.
Oh, Erika.
She said, "Come and get this work."
She be y'all didn't see. She be flexing on them. I mean, she be flex.
Not in Zumba per se.
No, but the back. You know, you got the back going on. Yeah. I'm getting there. I'm coming. I'm coming right along with you. But guys,
that's right.
Continue to share this program. Come back and join us every Monday at 7 p.m. We'll be talking about topics, and we will just be enjoying ourselves like we always do. Candace, you're going to take us out.
You're going to close it out. Yes. So thank you, ladies, again, everyone on here. You know, this has been an amazing conversation, and I hope that we can continue to talk about these things. You know, we love to have a good time on here, but it's also really important that we address some of the things that are it's that we need to have conversations about, especially within, you know, our community. So I want to, you know, finish off by saying a famous quote that I love to hear, which is, "The body achieves that which the mind believes." So continue.
Love it.
To keep achieving, everybody, and, you know, achieve with us on the show. Keep providing that input. We love it, and we look forward to everyone coming back next week for some more hot topics and trends and, you know, wonderful guests. So that's it from me. So thank you, guys. Say word.
Say word.
Say word.
Say word.